There's a dark side to cumulative damage. By adding a dynamic rule to the core interactions of the game, the fundamental gameplay of Super Smash Bros. Becomes more complex than most games. So let's finally start this deep dive into the core of Smash Bros. Let's look at cumulative damage in action, featuring the best character in the game, Mario. And as you can see, each up tilt sends Bowser higher and higher into the air. So if we mark the highest point Bowser reaches like so, and then we draw a line, we can see that the knockback has a linear relationship. Thanks to our friend at Kirogane Hammer, we know that Smash Bros. For the Wii U's knockback formula looks like this. Now how about we simplify this equation? So don't freak out, we're gonna make it look a lot simpler. Now, so it looks like the knockback is primarily the result of the damage dealt by the attack, then base knockback, and then knockback growth. And this really shouldn't be entirely surprising. I mean, after all, the moves that do the most damage in Smash have the strongest, loudest sound effects, they shake the screen more, and they have this crazy amount of hit pause compared to other moves. You know, all that yummy game feel stuff, juiciness. It's also convenient that damage is the most influential factor when determining knockback, because damage is something we can easily see playing in a match or in training mode. I mean, it's right there at the bottom of the screen. All the other stats that are in this equation are not really visible to us by the game. But how does base knockback and knockback growth work? Well, they work together. I mean, base knockback is the starting knockback a move gets, and even when the target is at 0%, base knockback ensures that they fly, so far. Knockback growth controls how much each percentage adds to the knockback. So if you have a high growth, like 130, let's say, a little bit of percentage on the target goes a long way. So they work together to add to the knockback. Defining each move in the game in these two ways creates enough design space to differentiate moves as different as Cloud's limit, finishing touch, to Ness's forward throw, and everything in between. I mean, weak attacks that grow strong, weak attacks that stay weak, strong attacks that only get stronger, moves that do a lot of damage but low knockback, moves that have a lot of knockback but low damage, tons of variety. So here's a quick question. Which move is stronger? Mario's up smash or Mario's up throw? It's a trick question. It depends on the percentage of the opponent. The up throw starts off stronger because of its base knockback, but up smash is a smash attack, so it grows quickly into a powerful move when your opponent has a good amount of damage. So if you kind of think about it in terms of a graph, these two moves are going to crisscross at some point, and one move is going to finally do more knockback than the other as the damage increases. So while we're graphing, let's go ahead and mark where each move KOs the opponent off the top blast zone, just for something cool to do. And as you can see, Mario's up smash starts off weak, but because it does the most damage and it grows well, knockback growth, it outpaces Mario's up throw and up tilt to be the move that KOs at the earliest, the lowest percentage, which is what we're looking for in Smash Brothers. So if all there was to playing Smash Brothers well was figuring out which of your moves is stronger than the others for getting KOs, then the dynamic variation of cumulative damage based health wouldn't be too complicated. I mean, right around 110 damage, when you're playing Mario to switch into up smash mode, which we call ally mode, by the way, and then you would get the job done. I mean, up smash, and then you get your KOs, and then you take your trophy and your prize money, and you'd be an internet star. Everything would be great. But there's more to Smash than individual attacks. It's time for us to consider the combo. Combos are essentially a guaranteed way to connect one move into another. Comboing two medium strength moves can do more damage and more total knockback than a single strong move. To combo, we only need to consider two things: time and space. In other words, how much time do you have to act after landing a move, and whether or not you can catch up to the target as they're flying away to get that second move to hit. So let's only consider time for a second. Every move in the game has a certain amount of frames that it takes for it to come out and be active to actively hit the target. So we all know that, short fast moves like a jab or fast, Mario's jab is 2 frames. And then, from there, he's got a 3-frame neutral air attack, a 4-frame up air, 5-frame tilts, and a 5-frame down smash. And knowing exactly which of your moves comes out faster is pretty key here. So now let's consider space. Let's look at how much time it takes Mario to catch up to targets after, he hits them. And in about 40 frames, which is about 2/3 of a second, Mario can only get about this far, across the screen to catch up to a target. So anything beyond this range, this bubble here, cannot even be comboed reliably. So this is where things get a little crazy. I mean, trust me, we at One Smash spent 2 weeks crunching on these numbers and working it together into a graph to help illustrate the combo potential of moves at various percentages. I mean, we had to take screenshots and calculate speed in pixels per frame and blah blah blah. You don't really care how we did it, you just want to know which moves combo and at what percentages and how much time do you have to catch up and keep the combo going. So check this out. So yeah, this graph looks a little bit crazy, but I want to simplify it for you and explain exactly what's going on. So let me just take away the KO markers and let's focus on just a few moves at a time. Let's start with up tilt and let's start with up smash. Okay, so if you just look at these 2 moves, this should be pretty much what you expect in Smash. The vertical axis is your knockback. That's how high the opponent is going to fly vertically. Pretty convenient that we put it on the y-axis so you can just kind of visualize the game space and you can see just how far up they fly just based on the vertical movement of the line. The horizontal axis is damage based on the percentage of your opponent, so that's pretty also easy to understand. Nothing complicated there. Let's keep going. I want you to focus on this part right here with the blue line. So up tilt, it can combo some characters at 0%, but for a lot of characters, it doesn't true combo at that percentage, right? So even though they can't really get out of it, even though they can't shield in time, even though they can't jump away, a lot of characters can only be true comboed, starting at about 27%, as you can see right here on the dark blue marker. So that's what these little sections are trying to communicate. They're trying to say, hey, if you want to combo 100% connecting 2 moves while the opponent's in hit stun, then this is the window that you need to do it for up tilt. And as you can see how skinny this, or you can see in the up smash, you can almost combo up smash into no other moves in the entire game. That's why this tiny little dark area is not only small on the graph, but there's not a lot of space peeking up above it. So compared to up tilt, the bigger this sort of wedge is on top of the graph, the bigger the area is, the more frames you have to catch up and get that next hit. So you can see at low damages, up tilt, you don't have a lot of room to get that next hit, but with at around 100 damage, you got about, let's see, that's 25, you got about 10 frames after the move to catch up, 10-15 frames to catch up to your opponent. So really, you can't do much to combo out of an up tilt except for a jump up air with Mario. Let's look at another move just to show how different the wedges can be. Let's look at the last hit of down air. So if you auto cancel down air, this move is incredible, right? Even at 0%, down air does so much knockback and so much damage that you can combo even into a double jump forward air without your opponent being able to get out necessarily. So that's why this wedge is so large, because the forward air comes out in 17 frames and just jumping off the ground, or double jumping is 1 frame, but jumping off the ground is 5 frames to jump squat. So you need more time to combo out of that move, but down air is one of the most versatile combo moves that Mario has at low damages. And as you can see, even up tilt and up smash don't start comboing as early as the last hit of down air. So that's pretty clear to see on this graph. And down air really stops comboing at about 37 damage right here. So you kind of understand, oh, certain moves are good at certain times. Certain moves have a lot more leeway for catching up to your opponents than others. And that's exactly what this graph is trying to show. So let me drop in a few other moves and see how things compare. I mean, let's just look at up air. If you do a landing up air in general, you have a very little window to combo into something else if you do it at 0%. So landing up air into jab is pretty much all you can do. But as the opponent gets more and more damage, you get more and more opportunities to combo into moves that, you know, have more setup. You need more travel time, moves that come out slower. And as you can see, the wedge is not as static as it's not as even and uniform as down air. it actually grows as the damage grows. So up air is a really versatile move, and sometimes Mario can combo up air, landing up air to forward air for a spike, and that's pretty unique. It's pretty effective, but it only happens at a certain window within this, right? Because if they fly way too far, you can't jump and forward air them fast enough, and if they don't fly it far enough, then you can't get the move out in time. So even in this wedge, there's still other things to consider. But hey, let's just look at down tilt, one of my favorite Mario moves. Down tilt doesn't start comboing into anything until about 30 damage. But unlike most of the other moves in Mario's arsenal, down tilt can combo into a jumping up air or a jumping neutral air or whatever, even at super high percent. So that's pretty unique. It's because down tilt starts off so sort of relatively weak, you can see on the left side, and then it doesn't grow particularly strong. See how it's still low on the graph even at high damage? But that allows Mario to combo using down tilt. All these other moves send the opponent way too high for Mario to catch up. That's why these sections end at around 100%, but down tilt combos well into 170%, and that's a really unique thing for down tilt. That's why that move gets extra utility. And it's all based on the dynamic variation that's possible because of the cumulative damage in Super Smash Bros. So looking at all these attacks together should give you a really clear idea of just how dynamic and complex cumulative damage makes just using moves in Super Smash Bros. I mean, we're not talking about long combos, we're not talking about zero to deaths or other advanced techniques. This is just, if you want to use one move and follow it up with one other move, this is the kind of complex considerations that you have to do calculations on, and this is a lot of data. This is just 7 or so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is just 7 of Mario's upward hitting moves. Every character in Smash Bros. Has around 30 to 40 moves total, including like attack get-ups and special moves and angle tilts and things like that. So there's a lot of little variations there, but for the most part, you don't have too many moves to think about in Smash. But even if you're considering 7, the variety, the range, the dynamics, the combo ability, all of that, it's just super complicated. So yeah, Super Smash Bros. 4 is incredibly complex game. I mean, just the cumulative damage percentage based system adds so much variation to the basic interactions of the game. It's mind-blowing, but there's so much more to say than just what cumulative damage brings to the table. So many other systems, rules, and other aspects of design that I want to get to in the near future. So as I said at the top of the video, if you follow us and subscribe on YouTube, you'll never miss a video. We do 5 of these videos a week, and if you follow us on Twitter, we are located at Design Oriented, or you can follow me at KirbyKid, or you can follow just the Smash portion at Serving Smash. So you got a lot of options. Don't let it overwhelm you. Leave your comments down below if you have any questions, or get to us on any of our Twitter accounts. We read them all, so don't worry which one. Just find a way to get your questions or comments to us, and we will see you on the next episode of Design Over Time. Peace.